Hello, my name is Randall Borden. I'm an attorney here in Virginia, also licensed in Maryland. I'm here to talk about what is pendente lite. Pendente lite is just a Latin phrase meaning pending litigation. And it typically refers to a motion that you file while the case is in the court. It's a motion that you file that applies during the litigation. So it would apply from the day you file the motion up until the final trial or the final decision. So pending litigation or pendente lite, a lot of times it's referred to as a PL order, pendente lite order. So it's important that you file it early on in your case because it'll be decided a few months after that. When it's decided, the court can only go back to the day that you filed it. And so the earlier you file it, the more relief you get. Typically, you would file it if you need support, child support, spousal support, payments like that in order to feed yourself, feed the children, maintain the house, keep up the mortgage payments, that kind of thing. The earlier you file it, the more money you get. Also, many times it's filed in order to preserve the property. So if there's property out there that's in the other party's name, you don't want him or her to be spending that money. So you could file a motion for pendente lite relief and say, and the court would order the other side to preserve that property, or say to keep making the car payment so that the car that you're driving is not repossessed. Don't go out and cancel all of the utilities on your house without you knowing about it, because the utility bills are in that person's name. Many times it's just an order to maintain everything just as it is until further decision by the court. And then when you have the final hearing, the court makes a new decision which would then replace or terminate the old pendente lite order. There's a big difference between a pendente lite order signed by the judge and just an agreement between you and the other side. The agreement is just a contract. You could enforce it just like you could enforce a contract. But if it's a order of the court, then the court would enforce it. So the court could actually put the person in jail if they disobey the order, the pendente lite order. Let's say they were ordered to preserve their assets and instead they went out and emptied out their bank account or cashed out their pension plan. Well, the court could then put the person in jail, literally, until that money was returned or until the money itself would be deposited in court or whatever. Versus if you just had an agreement that each of you would keep everything as is, and then the person goes out and drains the bank accounts. Well, what are you going to do about it? Going to file another suit, go to court, and get that. A way to do it without a lot of court activity would be to have an agreement. That's a contract between you and the other side. Once it's agreed upon and once it's signed, you can take that agreement and bring it into court and then have the agreement made into a court order. So that way, if the person, your spouse, promises to pay you so much a month for child support and they don't, then the court could order them to pay it, could lock them up, whatever. It wouldn't happen immediately. You would still have to file a rule to show cause if somebody violates the pendente lite order. It could be something like, don't come over to the house without 48 hours notice, something like that. And then it could be, like I said, enforced by the court. Also, if you have the pendente lite order signed by the judge, you show it to the police, and the police make the person leave, either voluntarily or they can handcuff him and take him away. To summarize then, the pendente lite order is a temporary order. It's meant to apply or to be in effect during a limited period of time from when you file it up until when the final decision, and it kind of gets you through that time period. It's not meant to be a permanent order. It's not meant to take the place of the final decision. It's not supposed to affect the outcome of the final decision at the ultimate trial in the future. It's just enough to get you through, or to preserve things, or to protect things until the final trial. That's summarizes it, and it's useful in the right circumstances. Obviously, a lot of times it's used for harassment. Someone will say there is a danger and they need pendente lite protection when there really isn't. The person might be paying the bills anyway, and they want a pendente lite order to make sure they keep paying the bills, so they're just kind of, aggravating the situation, running up legal fees. But that's what a pendente lite order is, and hope that helps. Thank you.